Hey, welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We finally finished the Hot Springs trip last time, and that was interesting. I wouldn't say it went well. I would say it went okay, and I think Haruki learned a lot about himself. I think Toma learned a lot about herself, and maybe our feelings as well. I feel bad for Setsuna. The whole thing is a mess, honestly, right now. Let's see if we can fix it. That night. Oh yeah, and then we started making out and groping Setsuna right in front of her house, which wasn't good. Wow, I masturbated in my bed 5 times over because I couldn't bear to feel the crushing loneliness all by myself. I didn't stop until I was so exhausted I lost consciousness. Holy cow, man. Other than Setsuna, I absolutely had to stop myself from thinking about anyone else. Yeesh. That's what we call a yikes moment.
それじゃあ、ホームルームを終わる。明日は出張があるから、高橋先生にお願いしてある。
And so came January. The third term started after the first 3 days of the new year, which flew by without myself even realizing what had happened.
Haruki!
Some people are even spending their recess studying for their university entrance exams. And some people, perhaps preparing for their job interviews, are barely even showing up in the classroom during the new term.
なあ、Haruki ってば。
Most of the noisemakers here are those who have already been accepted to Hojo University by recommendation and are just waiting for graduation. Although not as noisy as them, I am also lazily spending my last days here with these guys.
起こさなくていいのかよ。今日の授業終わったぞ。
なんでいちいち俺に聞くんだよ。お前の後ろだろ。
そりゃそうだけどさ。おい、トーマ、起きろって。おいってば。
And then there's... Although she neither has a recommendation, nor has her future plan decided. The person next to me, also waiting for graduation, has gone back to being a healthy, sleeping child, just like before.
ホームルーム終わったぞ。トーマの活動時間が始まったぞ。
そっか。悪いな、早坂。
またな。
Excluding the people who willingly entered the hell of studying for university entrance exams, a time of bliss had begun for the entire school. Not like the awkward atmosphere before the school festival, or like the excited atmosphere after the school festival. It's a life where we just come to school in the morning, spend the day here, and go back home in the evening. That actually sounds like depression, Haruki.
どうしたのお前ら。年が明けてからなんか変じゃね？
何もないって言ってんだろ。
Except for this one guy who keeps poking his nose into other people's emotions. That sounds familiar, doesn't it, Haruki?
だってお前、いつもならあいつが教室出てくまでずっと目で舐めるようにケツを追っかけてたのに。
下品な上に事実無根だ。訴えれば確実に勝てるぞ。
でもってトーマの方もさ、いつもならお前が諦めて目を離した隙にチラッとほんの少しだけお前の方を見てたのにな。
気のせいだろ。
Once again, it's January. The time we spent together during the New Year holidays feels like it was from a long time ago and has since vanished from my memory. Because that's exactly what I, and another person, were hoping for.
やってるやってる。
ああ、頑張ってるな。
それじゃ、いっせーので飛び込むよ。いっせーの。
やめようぜ。
ちょっと。
Before Setsuna touches the handle of the second music room, I grab her wrist and drag her down the hallway. A small bag filled with snacks still hanging from her hand. Oh no.
トーマとはさ、しばらく会わない方がいいと思うんだ。
どうして？カズサちゃんと登校してるのに。
それは、
I only want to be with Setsuna right now.
コンクールが終わるまではなるべく邪魔したくない。トーマのやつ、せっかく本気でピアノに戻ったんだから。
春樹くん。
I can't tell her such a truth. If I did, Setsuna would be surprised, embarrassed, and then be happy, only to be disappointed in the end.
月末からなんだろ、コンクール。だったら、ほんの10日程度だって。
That's really not nice to Toma though. Like, think about what Toma would want. Would she want to be left all alone? No, obviously. We stopped by a cafe on our way back from school. With how close we are now, we can spend some time alone just by saying, let's stop by here. On top of that...
な、せつな。そうしよ
春樹くん。
う。何？
ここ、うちの生徒もいるんだよ。ほら、向こうの席の子たち、こっち見てる。
何か問題あるか？
ないね。
Setsuna puts her right hand on my right hand, which is holding her left hand. Whoa, so many hands. The way we are, we can do things like this unabashedly. What a couple of lovebirds.
そういえばカズサ、今は毎日個人レッスン受けてるって。この前、夜中の電話でそんなこと言ってた。
せつなさ、お前、電話代心配しろよ。
She chats with me for well over an hour daily, too.
なんでも、有名な音大の先生なんだって。それが大学のレッスン休んでマンツーマンとか。
さすが遠負け。人脈までも思いのままだな。
男の人だって。
ああ、そう。
Oh no, he's gonna be jealous.
気にならないの？
もちろん気になる。
Huh? Why?
へえ。
あまり厳しすぎない人だったらいいな。たまにはトーマを俺たちと遊ばせてくれるような。
The model answer that I had already prepared inside my head smoothly flows out of my mouth. Oh my god, are you serious? I had been running various simulations inside my head so that I could answer without
どうしたんだ？
hesitation in case something
何
like
か
this
俺
came up.
変なこと言ったか？
ううん。50過ぎのおじさんなんだって、その先生。
ああ、そう。
She must have hid that information until the end on purpose. Is she teasing me, trying to read me, worrying about me, or just...
とにかくさ、コンクールでは会えるんだから、お互いほんの少しの間の我慢だって。
No matter what Setsuna's intentions were, I just need to not lose my way.
その代わり、本番では力いっぱい応援しよう。声が枯れるくらいに。
ピアノコンクールでそれは壮絶にマナー違反だと思うよ。
That'd be so embarrassing. Like, go! The only people in the audience. From now on, I'll try to avoid Toma as much as possible.
で、コンクールが終わったら、また3人で遊ぼう。そういえばさ、せつなの誕生日、来月だよな。
ああ、そうだよ。2月の14日。
Oh, Valentine's Day. That's kind of cute.
プレゼント交換がしやすい日だな。
Until I can truly think of Toma as nothing more than a good friend. Well, you're not being a very good friend, Haruki.
じゃあ、14日はまたうちに集まろうか。私、ごちそうたくさん作るから。
たまにはもてなされてくれよ、主賓。
Until there aren't any awkward pauses or emotional tension between us. Until I can brag about Setsuna with a smile. Until she can accept my bragging with a smile and make fun of it.
なら、それまでは、春樹くんが慰めてね。私に、寂しい思いをさせないでね。
I'm sure that such a day will come soon enough.
約束する。絶対に、セツナを一人にはしないから。
If Setsuna and I cross all the lines, if we become one in both our body and soul, that is so bad. That is so bad. That is so bad. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Are you serious? He's gonna sleep with her just to try to forget about another girl? Oh my god, that is so wrong on so many levels. That is so unfair to Setsuna. That is so unfair to Toma. Oh no! Don't do that. I don't get a choice, but I hope I don't do that. No! I'm heated. That's crazy. That's so bad. It's one thing if you have a crush on someone, you know, at the same time as dating someone. It's another to like, you know what I mean. According to Setsuna's text, she'd started practicing 16 hours a day and can't take a single step outside of her house. Holy cow. So, I'm thankful to Toma for avoiding me like this. Even so, I'm so fickle and weak-willed, my words and actions are in clear contradiction. I'm as good as a stalker by now. The front entrance lights are on. They're on inside as well. But there are no signs of life at all, meaning that it's pointless for me to be here. I had hoped that I would be able to hear the sound of the piano. I had hoped that I would see her shadow through the window at least. Even though I already knew that her practice room is in the basement, completely soundproof. I didn't expect that I would give up after only 3 days of not seeing her face, but I got off the train midway without realizing it. This is all because I came out of school at 8 p.m. today, after taking care of a bunch of favors for other people. The time my nighttime practice used to begin in the past. Oh, that's a hard sentence.
Oh.
You stalker, is what the text says. It came 30 minutes after I left her house, as if she was calculating when I would get home. Do your best. I sent a reply titled From Stalker. I'm going to become someone unreachable to you. Oh man. And the title says, I'm going to win.
頑張れ。
Oh man. This is a mess. This is a hot mess.
今が18番だから次だよ。
Oh, I'm nervous. I can't believe it's already been 10 days.
もうそんなすぐなんだ。
さっきから一人終わるごとに聞いてるだろ。
And so came February. First Sunday of the month. We'll finally see Toma's true colors today. The finals of the competition.
大丈夫かな、カズサ。ちゃんと朝ごはん食べたかな。
あいつの場合、食べたとしてもカロリーメイトがゼリーだろうな。
They had to bleep out
ダメだ
calorie
よ、
mate.
そんなの。ちゃんとお腹にたまるもの食べないとスタミナが持たないんだから。
Oh, that's so funny.
いいから落ち着けよ、セツナ。お前が演奏するわけじゃないんだから。
私がやるわけじゃないから緊張するんだよ。
Sometimes I get that. Like, you have no control over the situation, so you're nervous.
自分が歌う時も最初はガチガチだったけどな。
春樹くんの意地悪。
Until just now, Setsuna was chattering away about Toma's horoscope and other various fortunes for today. When I told her those are just superstition, she panicked about jinxing her or something. She finally quieted down after being warned by the staff, but now she's going on about breakfast.
トーマなら平気だって。あいつ、俺たちなんかよりよっぽど度胸座ってるから。
She's a second-generation genius who used to sweep all junior competitions after all.
もう、予選の時から呼んでくれたら、もっと覚悟できてたのにな。カズさ、予選の日程教えてくれないんだもん。
予選落ちなんて見られたくなかったんだろ。今回は、トーマもそれだけ自信がなかったってことさ。
That said, I knew the preliminary schedules. I went to the event host's website and looked up all the schedules regarding piano competition.
予選には100人以上もエントリーしてたんだって。それが二次予選まで終わったら残り20人だもんね。
俺たちが気づいた時には、トーマはもうトップ20なんだもんな。やっぱすごいな、あいつ。
Oof, this feels bad. All these little lies that Haruki keeps telling are building up. They're really building up. I don't like that. But I didn't tell Setsuna about the schedule. She would have no doubt said, let's go cheer for her. Even though it was on a weekday, during school hours. Besides, I didn't have the courage to go.
これってさ、学生コンクールじゃないんだよね。出てくる人みんな大人だし、すごくうまいし。
年齢制限は18歳以上30歳以下ってなってるな。
Meaning that Toma is the youngest participant.
ここで優勝したら、大学から推薦来ないかな。
Wait, does that make Toma 18? That must, right? Now I gotta look things up. Yeah, I know people in their final year of high school are sometimes 18. So that's probably places them both at 18. That's good. Picking such a tough competition just to check her skills after 2 years of absence, it's exactly what I'd expect from her.
できれば都内の大学がいいな。ねえ、近くの音大ってどこだろう。確か、うちの音楽科の子たちがよく進学するのって。
先走りすぎだろ、せつな。今回は本戦に残っただけでもよしとしないと。
もう、春樹くんこそ先細りしすぎだよ。まだ上総が弾いてもいないうちから。
続きまして、19番、トーマ上総さん。
Oh, I'm nervous. This is gonna be beautiful.
来たよ、春樹くん。
落ち着けって。
While I pretend to calm Setsuna down, my eyes are locked on the stage. Wearing a chic black dress, and with her long straight hair swaying behind her, Kazusa confidently enters the stage.
ほらあの子よ、トーマ陽子の娘。予選の時から話題になってたの。今回の出場者の中で最年少なんですって。
へえ、カエルの子はカエルと言うべきか、子供の頃から英才教育を受けたエリートと言うべきか。
Except, she'd been rebelling against her mother until recently. Setsuna tightly grips my hand. I can sense her heartbeat and sweat, as well as her body tensing up nervously.
せつな。
I hold Setsuna's nervous hand and sigh lightly while falling into deep thought. Will she find me in this crowd as quickly as she promised? Black outfits suit her after all. That's not to say she wouldn't look good in anything else, though.
春樹くん、
せつな。だから落ち着いて。
痛いよって。
Oof. Oh, no, 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 no. Wow, I'm an idiot.
すまん。実はめっちゃ緊張してて。
それじゃあ、二人揃ってガチガチで聞こうか。
Setsuna takes my hand once again. This time, she entwines her fingers with mine so that our hands don't come apart. I firmly grasp her hand and we sense each other's heartbeat. And then, finally, Toma's performance begins. To be honest, Setsuna and I most likely don't understand even a portion of the true worth of this performance unfolding before us. I can only understand the simple things, like her blistering pace, the force at which she strikes to each key, and her accurate sense of rhythm. And to judge these performances based on above things, all 18 performers until now sounded nearly perfect. Novices like us can't tell them apart at all. Versatile sound, rich expression, such professional terms are too complicated for us amateurs to use. However, while firmly holding each other's hands, almost to the point our nails digging in, we are enraptured by the waves of sound showering us. Probably because it's our friend who's playing, we can't help but to have a sense of natural bias. However, still, Toma's piano playing was enough to completely shock us. When it comes down to it, I really can't give up on being Toma's fan. When we finally let go of each other's hands to applaud, my eyes that were completely fixed to the stage have become embarrassingly swollen red. Oh no, are we crying?
5位、8番、小山しおりさん。
Alright, 5th place. Let's see if we can get 1st place.
少しは落ち着いたか。
She's crying too. Thankfully, because the person next to me was in an even worse state, my own distress wasn't noticed. Oh, everybody's crying. The whole audience is crying. The handkerchief I took out to use myself after Toma's song ended was completely monopolized by Setsuna.
すごかった。
あ
なんだかよくわからないけどすごいって本当にあるんだね。
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely understand that feeling.
4位、15番、高橋慎吾さん。
Although the genre was completely different, Toma proved herself here that our performance during the school festival was merely child's play.
絶対に入賞してるよね。だってカズさん、あんなに頑張ってたんだもん。
Effort is not a criterion in judging competition performances. And if each participant's efforts until today were scored in numbers, Toma might lose the most points out of everyone. However,
入賞してるといいな。
Toma's performance more than lived up to our expectations. At the very least, her performance made it here, to the finals. Us amateurs couldn't really tell any difference.
3位、1番、荒木義和さん。絶対入ってるよ。だって頭一つ抜けてたもん。
そうだな。
Because I realize that I can't judge this calmly and without bias, my response gets stuck in my throat. Even so, I try my best to calm down.
いいかな ?1 位かな。ここまで来たら1位取ってほしいな。
At this point, I find it difficult to agree with Setsuna's predictions. But that can't be helped. Toma really put on an amazing performance. On top of that, someone so cynical who never dreams went as far as promising me that she will win.
2位、17番、伊藤美智子さん。
Oh man, that only leaves first. Oh, I'm getting nervous too. Alright, we're gonna get ready. Before Setsuna's hand repositions in my hand, I tightly grasp it. I realize it's a long shot. Being the youngest participant, not having received any lessons for 2 years. If you think about it rationally, it's a miracle that she's even made it to the finals. But she's already made one miracle happen. It wouldn't be surprising if she pulled off another one now. Only first place remains. It's the place Toma naturally always took until middle school. It's an opportunity for Toma to single-handedly make up for the worst 3 years of her life.
そして1位。
What? Who was it? Are you serious? It wasn't Toma, was it? Oh no, it wasn't Toma.
私カフェオレ。
ああ、じゃあブレンド2つでお願いします。
カフェオレとブレンド2つですね。かしこまりました。
なんとかしろよ。お前の彼女だろ。
トーマのことで泣いてんだぞ。お前がなんとかしろよ。
ごめんね。すぐに泣き止むから。
だいたいさ、夢見すぎなんだよお前らは。私が1位に違いないって何かのギャグか？
Oh man, she didn't even place. That's tough.
それはだってさ。
First place, number 12, Hashimoto Kenji-san. And with that, ends the results announcement. As the announcer's words echoed through the hall, we were frozen there during the thunderous applause.
予選の時から12番の人が来るって分かってたよ。一人だけレベルが違ってたし、なんか同じ場所に立ったことバカにされてる気がした。
遜色なかったと思うけどな、トーマも。
To be honest, I don't even remember how number 12 performed.
ま、北原程度の耳じゃ分かんないか。本当なら素人にでも余裕で分かるくらいのレベルの差なんだけどな。
どうせギター歴1年未満の素人以下だよ。
あの人近いうちに来るよきっと。なんて負けた人間が言ったってしょうがないけど。
I hugged Setsuna, who was crying after the announcement, and we waited awkwardly outside the waiting room. Toma met us with a cool face.
だからさ、いい加減元気出せ刹那。まあそこまで落ち込まれて私も本望だけどさ。
すごかった。本当にすごかったんだよ、カズさん。だから余計に悔しいよ。
本当にいいやつだな刹那は。本気で北原にはもったいない。
人を褒めるために人を貶めるのはやめろ。
It's annoying to have you point out things I'm well aware of.
私は気にしてない。それどころか落ちてよかったって思ってる。
As Setsuna rubs her eyes, Toma gently strokes her hair. The fact that it looks like what I usually do with Setsuna probably means that anyone would want to do that to Setsuna once.
どうしてあんなに必死に頑張って。なのに報われなかったのに。
どうしてと言われると、ああ、もう私ってダメだな。
ちっとも気にしてなくないじゃないか。
いや、落ちたことがダメなんじゃないんだ。ただなんというか、ほっとしてる自分がダメなんだ。
意味わからん。
いつまでも諦めが悪いというか、限りなく後ろ向きというか、いい加減前に進めない暗い性格というか。やっぱ今の却下な。
さっぱり意味わからん。
What confuses me the most is Toma putting her head down and shyly talking about herself like this, something I've never seen her do before. And while acting so unlike her usual self, Toma even gives me a look of sincere relief with a shy smile.
まあいいじゃん。次があるから。また頑張ればいいんだから。だから私は落ち込んでないんだよ。
また頑張るんだ。
私にはピアノの才能があるって分かったし、2年遊んでたのに本戦行けるなんて天才の証拠だ。
自信家としての才能に比べたら大したことないけどな。
それにさ、
いて
やっぱ楽しかったよ。自分の音楽で誰かを感動させてやるのって。
Wow.
寒。
So she didn't end up placing in the end, but I think she had fun, and I think this was a good bridge into meeting up again after having a bit of time apart. I think everyone had time to settle down and think. So I think we will leave off there. I don't know, I feel kind of disappointed this chapter. Like, I wanted something really great to happen to Toma. But maybe that soul searching kind of counts as being great, so... Anyway, we'll pick up next chapter. Thank you so much for joining me this time, and I'll see you on the next one.